Into the word. Pastor Scott, you've been talking, but you ain't gave me no word. So let me give you Bible scholar some word. You see, the Bible said in this particular text, Jesus was on the mountain and he was preaching and teaching the gospel. You see, and men had begun to follow him because they got so hungry behind Jesus Christ. They got so thirsty for God that they began to forget that I have to have food. You see, they got so hungry behind God that they forget I need to pack me a sack lunch. I need to pack me a bologna sandwich today. I need to pack me something. Because if I'm going to follow Jesus all day long, then I got to do something in order for me to be sustained. You see, but one thing about being hungry and thirsty after God is you understand that when I'm with Jesus, I don't have to worry about paying for nothing because I know it's on him. I don't have to pick up the tab because I know it's on him. You see, I might not know the direction that I'm going, but as long as I'm following Jesus, I know everything is going to be all right. Listen, what did he tell the rich man? He said, rich man, listen, if you want to follow me, you need to sell everything you got and come follow me. You see, but we got some rich folks sitting in the room that ain't got a dime in their pocket because they won't even give up the house, they won't give up the car, they won't give up the job. Pastor Scott, what are you trying to say? You won't give it up because you rather sit at home cleaning the house instead of coming to church. You rather sit at on the job making $10 an hour instead of coming to get your true blessing from God. Now look at this. He says, listen, I'm getting ready to teach these people and understand that Jesus was a teacher. So he's teaching, he's giving them knowledge, he's giving them wisdom and understanding. You see, but there came a point when the people started to say, well, Jesus, I love the spiritual food that you're giving me, but I'm starting to get a little hungry. You see, Jesus, I hear everything that you're saying, but I don't know if you hear my stomach growling. You see, and Jesus, I didn't see no McDonald's on the way. I didn't see no Jack in the Box on the way. So I just can't stop and run through the drive-thru. Jesus, so what you going to do for us today? You see, so Jesus already knew. He had already begun to talk to the disciples. He said, listen, in the fifth, when Jesus then lifted up his eyes and he saw a great company came unto him, and he said unto Philip, when shall we buy bread that these may eat? He asked the question to an answer he already knew. You see, that's the thing I like about Jesus. He already knows the steps because he's ordered my steps. You see, my life was predetermined before anything was set up in the first place. Even before I lost my job, God already knew I was going to lose my job. Even before the husband left me, he already knew the husband was going to leave me. But he's ordered my steps in the first place. So this morning, God himself is looking some of us square in the eye and say, yeah, I know you don't make enough money, but what you gonna do? Yeah, I know the boyfriend ain't paying the child support, but what you gonna do? Yeah, I know you ain't been on a job in 6 weeks, but what you gonna do? You see, but some of us need to look God right back in the face and say, God, I'm gonna praise you. God, I'm gonna trust you. God, I'm gonna believe you. God, I'm gonna have faith in you. God, I'm not gonna weary in my ways. God, but I'm gonna be faithful in everything that I do. Look at this. So he asked Philip, he said, Philip, no, where can we buy enough bread for these people? And he said unto him to prove him, for he himself knew what he would do. Philip answered, 200 penny worth of bread is not sufficient for them that every man may have a little. Now Philip, who's the disciple who seen Jesus turn water into wine. Philip, who seen Jesus heal the woman with the issue of blood. Philip, the one that's been walking with Jesus when he told the blind man, go wash your eyes. Jesus, the same man that told the crippled man, pick up your pallet and walk. Now he told Philip, where can we get enough food? And Philip said, well, not even 200 penny worth can get us out of this mess. You see, I was stopped by to tell American society this morning the stimulus package can't get us out of this mess. I stopped by to tell somebody this morning the raise on your job can't get you out of your mess. You see, I stopped by to tell somebody borrowing some money from Tom, Dick, and Harry can't get you out of your mess. You see, going to the loan place to get a loan thinking you slick because you ain't going to pay them back in the first place ain't going to get you out of your mess. But it's going to take God himself that's going to have to get you out of your mess. Because you don't make enough money, you can't get enough money to pay off all the credit cards you own in the first place. Now, he said, listen, not even a stimulus package, President Obama, can get us out this mess. You see, not even nothing we can do can get us out of this mess. And the story reads, and one of the disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter, said unto him, there is a lad. Somebody say a lad. A little boy. There's a lad. There's a lad. You see, one thing about this right here, let me finish reading. And he said unto him, there's a lad. And then after he said there's a lad who has 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. You see, one thing about the God that we serve, the God that we serve has already set up your answer in the first place. You see, that's why the Bible lets us know in every situation we wind up getting ourselves in, there's always going to be a ram. There's going to be a ram in the bush. You see, even though this little boy didn't know he was going to be set up to bless everybody in the house, but he was a ram in the bush. Now, he gave the little boy, he said, listen, there's a little boy here with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. And now Jesus said, well, look, all right, I like that. I like to hear that there's 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. So then he says, make the men sit down. Now there was much grass in the place. So the men sat down in number of 5,000. And Jesus took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, somebody say, give thanks. Now, look at this. Let me back up for just a minute. One thing about being blessed and being highly favored from God comes a level of obedience. There comes a level of obedience. First, obedience to God. 2, obedience to your pastor. 3, obedience to your mother and father. And then next, the Bible says, obey those who have the rule over you. Okay, now look at this. The little boy could have said, now look, I ain't giving y'all my food. I'm not giving y'all my food. I didn't come here to feed everybody. That's some of us. I didn't come here to put my money in church because I don't want the pastor driving a new car. I don't want the pastor dressing up in a new suit. I don't know what's going on around the church anyhow. If you show up to church enough times, you'll see what's going on anyhow. So you don't have to be asking that question in the first place. Look at this. There comes a level of obedience. He said, listen, go get the little boy, and once you get the little boy, bring the little boy to me. You see, so many of us as saints of God, we have a level of arrogant attitude like, I ain't here for nobody else but me. I ain't here to feed nobody else but me. You see, your hand is so tight that you can't give nothing away, but it's so tight you can't receive nothing either. That's a sermon all by itself. You see, now look at this. He said, look, I'm going to give thanks for it. In everything, give thanks. Because in everything,